Hello and welcome to another week. This is the hot Breyer product of the moment, the Horse Crazy Unicorn Surprise blind bags. The reason that these are so popular is because they have a couple of new molds. They have a mini Alborozo and a Stablemate, which is a first, and the Alborozo mold has only been made in traditional and the mold hasn't been used since the Breyer Fest it was introduced at. And then this one, I think I call it the Magnolia. It was a Breyer resin, and they've made both of these two into stablemates for the first time, which is new and exciting. Also interesting, if you'll notice on this pack, as opposed to most of the other blind bag stablemate packs, it doesn't show you what the molds are actually. So here you get to see the whole picture of the mold. Here you only get to see the head. So it makes it a little more challenging, but I think with a little bit of knowledge, you will be able to find exactly which unicorn you're looking for. And just to throw another little twist in, they made, I think, 2 colors on each mold. So they have 2 of the Arabians. They have, I think it's 2 of the Clydesdales, 2 of the Magnolias, and then 2 of the Alborozos. So one of the Alborozos is a chase, kind of similar to the last stablemate blind bag, mystery bag with the Django in a regular color and a chase color. So what do? First, we figure out where the legs are. So I've got a couple of legs down this way, and then I kind of follow him up to the body. So he's kind of oriented this way in the bag because I've got legs here, body, and then I kind of come up. It was interesting when I started feeling these bags. I hit 4 Alborozos in a row, and I was kind of doubting myself. And then after I'd gone through the box once or twice, then I kind of got into a rhythm. So in this case, I've got the body, I've got the head and the tail. You want to be careful when you're doing this because these guys have the unicorn horns, so you don't want to break anything. So the legs are kind of close together, and what I figured out after a couple of times is I'm going to feel down here to the tail. The tails are the giveaways for me, which is going to be a challenge if you're not familiar with these molds because the tails aren't shown in the picture. But if I follow this one down, this tail forks. So it comes, and I've actually never seen an Alborozo stablemate. I have the original big traditional in my collection, but I haven't studied his tail. But this tail comes down to a fork. So the Clydesdale has a little stub of a tail. I have one of each mold here, so we'll see them all. And then these 2 guys, the Magnolias and the Arabian mares, kind of just have a long flowy tail. So for me, this little forked tail is what gives it away. But also the legs are pretty close together, and he has one front left leg up. And again, you can't see any of the legs, any of the bodies, or any of the tails on these guys. So when I first did this, I actually had my cell phone out with pictures of the molds so that I could familiarize myself with them. So this is going to be one of the Alborozos. Let's see if it's a regular one or if it is a chase. It is a regular one. So the regular is this really pretty lavender color, and then the chase is a really dark, I'm not sure if it's blue, black, or what, but it's a much darker. But you can see there, this is the hallmark for me, is this forked tail back here. Let's see who we got. Okay, this is a good one to do next. So I start at the legs. I identify, I've got a couple of legs. They're a little more spread out than him, but not much. Follow them up to the body, follow out to the head and the tail. So in this case, I've got a head over here, I've got a tail over here. This is just a little teeny tiny stub of a tail. Makes it really easy to figure out that this is the Clydesdale. So the Clydesdale comes in 2 different colors. Obviously it's a blind bag, you don't know which one you're going to get, but it's the Clydesdale. And so they have green and pink. This is the green, and you can see that stubby tail is what is the hallmark of this one. So we've got a forked tail, we've got a stubby tail, And now these two guys are substantially similar. The Magnolia resin and the Arabian mare are fairly similar. They're both moving, so they have legs bent. They both have fairly similar tails, but in this case, the hallmark on these two is going to be the mane. So the Magnolia, the mane is out and flowy. The Arabian mare, the mane is down against the neck. So I find a couple of legs. These guys feel a little more spread-eagled than the other guys, but not substantially. Follow it up to the body and then out. So I have a tail back here and I have a head up here, and I can feel there is a crease. So where my thumb is the neck, and this is a mane. So this mane, and actually none of the rest of these guys, have this really flung out mane. So once you can identify where the neck and the head and the mane are, that's going to be Magnolia. So she comes in blue and peach. I think it's exciting. Here we go. That's the Magnolia. So she's turned this way. That's why I felt that neck here and then the mane flying out this way. So this is the peach. She's really pretty. And that flowy mane, see this tail? It's going to be fairly similar to that Arabian mare, but it's definitely a lot flowier than stubby tail over here, and it doesn't come to a fork like the Alborozo. So that means that this should be our little Arabian mare. So find some legs, find the body. In this case, so the tail, both of the tails come up a little bit, so you kind of feel that arch of the tail, then it swings down. The Arabian mare's tail is a little closer to her body, but again, the hallmark's going to be that mane. The mane is against her neck, kind of like this one, but has a longer tail than stubby tail over here. So this is going to be the Arabian mare. She's in gray and pink. And let's see what we've got. We've got the pink. Boy, she's cute. So, so again, you can see kind of a poofy up kind of a tail, but that mane is definitely against the neck. So those are the hallmarks. I think they're all very fun. You're obviously not going to know which color you're going to get. The ones that has everybody excited is obviously the chaser, Alborozo, but also just the fact that Alborozo's in the stablemate and Magnolia is in the stablemate. These two have been issued before in different colors, although they haven't been unicorns, so that's kind of fun, and she has a silver horn with her. But these two are kind of the exciting molds because they haven't been issued as stablemates before. So there you go. You can feel for the forked tail, the stubby tail, the flowing mane, or the mane down against the neck, and that'll tell you which one it is. Obviously, then it's a total random chance which color you're going to get. But good luck and go out and find yourself some unicorns.